What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Jams, and welcome back to Season 2 of the SPDA Luxury Ball Division, where this week we're going to be battling none other than Twisted, coach of the Chicago Boltons. Now, we've actually battled once before this game, in a tournament that will be going up on this channel really soon, so I know how scary this coach can be in battle, and on top of that, this team can be really scary if I'm not careful. My opponent's team consists of Gholdengo, Hisuian Samurai, Glimmora, Crocodile, Galarian Zapdos, Florges, Haxorus, Cantonian Arcanine, a Mesprit that can turn into an electric, ghost, or fairy type, a Vikavolt that can turn into an electric, steel, or water type, and finally a Cramorant to round things out. The combination of Gholdengo, Hisuian Samurai, and Glimmora already provide a very scary combo of hazard control, but then when put together with major sweepers like Gyapdos, Crook, Haxorus, and Terra, Vikavolt can really be extremely deadly. If we're not careful, we could easily allow our opponent to set up and sweep, so we've got to make sure we can prevent that from happening. While Magic Balance Espeon doesn't prevent Ceaseless Edge from getting spikes up as far as I know, I still really love Espeon in this game as an assault-vested special attacking nuke, and we also don't have to fully worry about hazards since both Gouging Fire and Rillaboom are physical attacking nukes with boots, Grassy Seed Swords Dance Hawlucha is immune to spikes, and Toxtricity can even absorb toxic spikes before clicking the Terra Normal nuke button. As you can tell, this team is purely meant to absolutely decimate my opponent's team as fast as possible. Hopefully, we can pull that off successfully. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all my battles, as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head into the battle. Alright, this is going to be a very interesting game for sure. We've got a lot of very major threats here. I'm hoping not to see hazard stacking. If we see Glimmora, then I could lead Espeon. I think I kind of want to lead Rillaboom though. It literally depends a lot on the lead and what my opponent leads off with here. So let's see what we're going to see, baby! We are going to see Arcanine, Zapdos, Mesprit, Samurott, the Haxorus, and the Gholdengo. Okay, so I'm very glad not to see that I'm very glad to see that the Glimmora is not here, is what I meant. The Mesprit could be a lead. I think I kind of want to lead. I still want to lead Monkey Drum. Monkey Drum! Do I see any reason not to? I guess the Zapdos could be annoying. The Zapdos could be annoying. The Hammerot. The Hammerot getting off Ceaseless Edge is annoying, but it is what it is if they opt to do that. I could low-key lead Ursaluna. Imagine I just lead Guitar Hero and I just shift gear and Terra and go nuts. That'd be kind of wild, although Gholdengo is there, so I can't really do that. I think I've come down to between Espeon and the Ursaluna, and I think what I do... I think I lead Espeon. The Arcanine is definitely going to be very annoying, but it is what it is. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I don't know how I feel about it. These 6 were definitely not the 6 that I wanted to see, and not the 6 that I was fully expecting to see. So this is going to be an interesting game. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's freaking do this. Alright, so we're going to see Stella as the lead, which is going to be the Gholdengo. Very interesting here. Alright, so we lead Espeon versus Gholdengo. Let's see. Shadow Ball 2-shots. It does 2-shot here, and they probably don't expect me to swap. Or they probably will expect me to swap. Maybe they expect me to swap into my Ursaluna. And I kind of want to take that Gamba here. I am very tempted to take the Gamba, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Do I Shadow Ball? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, frick it. I live with an attack from this thing every single time. We do fire off the Shadow Ball. I'm hoping to see maybe a Make It Rain. Boom! Oh my god, this thing almost died. That's crazy. That was a crit too. Wow. We do see a Make It Rain. Perfect. Alright, so immediately this is a great turn for us. We chipped this thing a lot. The special attack fell. That is great. And we see lefties. So yeah, Gholdengo. Oh, eject pack. Okay, nice. Good tech. But the Gholdengo is going to have a very hard time winning the rest of this game. So Espeon's already putting in work. We're probably going to see Hammerot here. If I had to guess, it's going to be a bit annoying, especially for like Rillaboom and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I prepped enough for Hisuian Samurott. I won't lie to y'all. That's actually I won't even lie. That's really nice for Toxtricity. The fact that the Gholdengo is so weakened so heavily, because Gholdengo is no longer a switch. I can just Psychic Noise against that thing and it can't recover in my face. We're gonna see Leviathan, which is going to be the Haxorus. Interesting. Alright, so we see Haxorus here. Mesprit is still kind of a threat, but Alluring Voice to 79 to 94% to this thing, and I'm very tempted to click it here. You know what? If you DD, I have ways to beat it, so I'm going to Alluring Voice here. I think that's my best play. We're going to Alluring Voice, bada bing, bada boom, does a lot of damage. Holy crap, and we are going to see a Dragon Dance. That's fine. Alright, so we see a DD. That's fine by me. We should always die to this thing now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Also, this thing could have had First Impression, which I completely forgot was a move, so that's interesting. I don't think I need Rose Quartz honestly did everything she needed to this game, so I think, you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna Trailblaze on the off chance. We're just gonna see a Dragon Claw, that's fine. Okay, so we go down here, that's fine. I now go into Rillaboom and I click U-turn. Yeah, I go into Rillaboom here. I think I just have to click U-turn. I could also double into Hawlucha here, but I don't think I do that. If they go for Outrage, good play. I think I just click U-turn. Monkey Drum! Monkey Drum! We could also see a Poison Jab. There's a lot of things that this thing could go for that could KO me straight up. So yeah, Haxorus is a major threat, but the fact that it's very heavily chipped now at this point is very nice. So we are kind of chilling. Also, I could have Grassy Glide. I could easily have Grassy Glide here. So if they know they just stay and go for Dragon Claw, that might not KO. It doesn't KO. Let's go. All right, Haxorus is dead. Let's go. That big threat out of the way, and we still have Rillaboom. At least it's decently healthy, like still usable in the back, so that's good to know. Honestly, Guitar Hero here is very tempting. I'm trying to figure out what the switch in is for Guitar Hero, and I can't really see a good one. So I think I go Guitar Hero. Yeah, I'm gonna go Guitar Hero here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go Guitar Hero. This is going to be a very interesting situation for me. Let's see what my opponent wants to go into in answer to this. My opponent's definitely thinking, this thing could honestly very easily win me the game by this point. We're going to see Pat. That's not going to be the Golden Go, thankfully, because Golden Go would have actually been a very solid switch here. We're going to see this thing come in. So let's see. I think I go into Mudbath here. I think that's just my play every single time. We're going to go ahead and swap out. We're going to go into Mudbath here. And at the very least, we immediately threaten this thing out, which is great. Probably into the Mesprit if I had to guess. We're going to see Howl, which is very interesting. Okay. That makes me not want to click... That makes me really want to click Headlong, even if the Mesprit comes in. Because if the Mesprit comes in, it's probably going to be Terra Ghost, if I had to guess. Yeah, it's probably going to be Terra Ghost. I think... Howl is interesting here. I was not expecting that. I have other ways to beat this thing, so I think what I do here, I think I'm going to Supercell on the switch into either Mesprit or the Zapdos on predicting the Headlong Rush. If they stay in here, that's going to suck a little bit, but even then, this Arcanine's still going to get chipped. So that is good for other Pokemon. We're just going to see an Endure. Ooh, very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're going to reveal our Supercell Slam. That's going to do a decent chunk of damage to this thing, and by a decent chunk, I mean a two-shot, which is great. So it looks like this thing is Endure Custap, which is very interesting. I think I'm just going to Supercell again. Nothing on this team wants to switch into a Supercell, which is great. So that is very interesting. Okay, so this Arcanine seems to be more offensive. It looks like probably. It's definitely hyper offensive. It's absolutely hyper offensive. There's no way it should have ever done that much amount of damage if it was like HP invested. We are going to see the hard swap here. Probably into Mesprit, if I had to guess. Maybe we see the sack of Golden Go. We're going to see Trickster come in, which is going to be the Mesprit. So we're going to get some intel on this Mesprit set. Let's see. We go for the Supercell Slam here again. Boom. Decent chunk of damage again. And we are going to see Rocky Helmet. Okay, so Mesprit. Let's see. This thing could absolutely have Grass Knot. Okay. What do I want to do here? Do I just stay in and click Heavy Slam here? I guess Arcanine could come in for free. I guess they could double into Arcanine here and then lower my attack. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay in and click Heavy Slam. I think that's my best play. We're going to see a Draining Kiss. That's going to do diddly squat to me because I am Assault Vest. This is going to do a lot of damage to them in return, which is great. We are going to get chipped down because of the Rocky Helmet, but that's fine. I'm okay with it. We're going to Heavy Slam, bada bing, bada boom. A lot of damage, which is great. I think next turn I just go for the Supercell Slam again. I think that is fine. The grass is going to disappear from the battlefield, which is fine. I will go for a Supercell now, just in case the Arcanine wants to switch in. We see a U-turn here, which is going to do a decent chunk of damage. Ursaluna is putting in a crap ton of work already, which is great. They could think I'm going for a heavy Slam. They could think I'm going to go for Supercell. The Arcanine probably will go for Endure if it comes in here. Basically, something is either going to take a lot of damage, or the Arcanine's going to come in and it'd probably go for Endure if I had to guess. Very, very fun Arcanine set, I will say. I think if we see Arcanine, then I go into Gouging and I just click DD. I think that's what I'm going to do there. We're going to see Delty Unrivaled. So this is not Arcanine. So this is going to be Hisuian Samurai. Okay, this Supercell Slam is going to land, and it is going to live on the barely live. Holy crap, that's crazy. That is a minimum roll if this thing is like max. If this thing is fully hyper offensive, that was like a minimum roll. I think just to get this thing off the field, if it goes for Ceaseless Edge, it gets punished. If it doesn't, then that's fine. I'm going to go for Facade here just to guarantee the hit. We're going to see Ceaseless. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Twisted. That is very unfortunate, especially for Ursaluna. Samurot's going to go down here. Very, very amazing for Ursaluna right now. This is phenomenal for Ursaluna. I really think Arcanine's coming out here. So far, we've seen Howl, Endure. So it's probably Custap Berry, if I had to guess. It probably has either close combat or a ground move for gouging. It might not even have a move for gouging, I won't lie. DD gouging is looking phenomenal right now. Mesprit could come in here and go for Terra, Electric, Ghost, or Fairy. We're going to see Winged, which is going to be the Zapdos, I'm pretty sure. That is going to be Zapdos. I think I will let this thing go down now. I think Mudbath has done its purpose at this point. I am even going to Supercell. We're going to see CC. So they do go for CC here. That is fine by me. Now that, unless this thing is like max defense, Acrobatics should always KO here. And I very highly doubt that it is going to be max defense at this point. So I think I can kind of go into Undertaker, click Acrobatics for free, or I could even click Substitute. Actually, you know what? No, I think I can set up a Hawlucha sweep. I can either set up the Hawlucha sweep now, or I can swap. I think what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Undertaker here. This is going to be very, very interesting, I think. This is fine. The Acrobatics is going to be a bit unfortunate. I think here I'm going to click Substitute. I want Intel on this set. I can KO you if I go for Acrobatics now. So I think going for the Substitute here is the best play. The Mesprit could be Psychic Noise, which would make sense. It could be Terra Electric Psychic Noise. It could also be Terra Ghost. It could be Terra Fairy. I don't know. We're going to see the hard swap here, though, which does make sense. Let's see Stella. Is that Mesprit? I think that's Mesprit. Or is that Arcanine? No, that's Golden Go. Ooh, okay. So Golden Go is going to hit the field. Acrobatics still does a lot of damage to you if you're offensive, so I'm going to go for Acrobatics here. We go for Acrobatics. Bada bing, bada boom. Please pick up the KO. That'd be phenomenal. It does not pick up the KO. Very unfortunate. All right, we're going to see a recover. That's fine. So Golden Go is going to be a bit annoying at this point. I could set up an SD, but I don't want to reveal that yet. I think they're going to try to pick up the KO. I'm going to go for another Acrobatics. So I don't want to go for Swords Dance because I want as much chip on this thing as I can get. I think that's very valuable here. So let's see, probably going to see okay, we just see another recover. That's fine. I can just stall you out of recovers. You have to attack me at some point, so I'm going to just make you attack me. I'm just going to keep getting as much chip as I can versus you. That way, that opens up the door for Gouging Fire to come in. This thing getting recover off is not great for Toxtricity, but again, we can make that work. We're gonna go fire off another Acrobatics here, so that is good for us. Let's see Flash Cannon. So we're just gonna see a raw Flash Cannon at this point. That should break my sub here every single time. And now I think I'm going to just go into Gouging. I don't think there's any reason for me not to go into Gouging here. If they double into Arcanine, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I think here that's just what I do every single time. The Rillaboom is not useful at this point in the game. I think it could be decent from... I think Mesprit still outspeeds, though. Let me look at Mesprit's stats. It might not. It depends on the spread. No, it definitely does not. It definitely does not. So I outspeed Mesprit, and I might outspeed Golden Go, depending on Golden Go's... Oh, actually, no. I do guarantee outspeed Golden Go. So I guess Rillaboom still does have some decent merit here. So that's good to know. The Arcanine and the Zapdos are both perfect answers into Arcanine, so that's not ideal. I believe the Zapdos is not... Well, I don't know if the Zapdos is banded or scarfed. That is a point of contention at this point. I don't know if the Zapdos is banded or scarfed. Arcanine is definitely not. It might be Custap, which is kind of what I'm expecting, with the Endure set, which was very, very cool bring, I must say. The Golden Go is going to be very annoying, specifically for the Toxtricity, so I do have to keep that in mind. They don't know I don't have an electric type attack, so that's good to know. We're going to send in the Gouging here. We could see a T-Wave here, which would be a bit annoying, but yeah, we do see the T-Wave here. That's fine. A bit unfortunate, but it's okay. I'm fully expecting Arcanine to probably come in here. I mean, it's definitely an offensive Arcanine set, so I think what I'm going to do here, I think I just Dragon Claw Dance, right? Yeah, you only have Steel moves versus me, actually. I go for Dragon Dance. You can't touch me. Yeah, you can't touch me at all. That's great for me. We could see Mesprit here. We could see Zapdos come in. We're going to see Winged. That's going to be the Zapdos. Very interesting here. So if we get up a DD, that's going to be great for us. Yeah, we get up a DD. So the Zapdos is the switch. Zapdos, Galar. If you're banded, this is going to do a decent chunk of damage to me, but that's fine. I think I still go for a Heat Crash. Yeah, the most you can do to me is Close Combat and Brave Bird. And if you do that, you're in range of dying to a Heat Crash. So I'm going to click Heat Crash here. We're going to see a Bulk Up. Ooh, okay. This is very interesting now. This just got interesting. So let's see here. Hopefully we don't get parried. We do get parried. That's unfortunate. I swear to God, if this is how we lose, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to Dragon Dance again. I guess maybe I shouldn't have done that. I think they're going to try to get greedy, though. I really think they're going to try to get greedy. I also think Toxtricity can still win this game. We now know that this is a setup set, so it can't outspeed Hawlucha. And if I can get in Toxtricity versus this thing, then I might be able to pull out a dub. So This is going to be a very critical turn for me. It's going to get interesting. It's really going to get interesting. I guess I should have gone for the attack. The fact that this thing didn't get damaged is annoying. Very, very annoying for me. It is what it is. We're just going to see a CC here at this point. It's going to do a lot of damage to me. That's fine. They're going to lower their defensive stats. And we couldn't move because we were paralyzed again. Great. I'm going to Heat Crash now again. Your defenses are lowered. I think I can just go into Lucha. I can go into Rillaboom. We've seen CC, Bulk Up. I think we kind of have to go Toxtricity after this thing goes down, and I have to click Shift Gear. I should always outspeed this thing after a Shift Gear, and I should outspeed the rest of the team after a Shift Gear too. So, yeah, I think that's just what I'm going to have to do. And then just scare this thing out. We're going to see the Bulk Up again. Okay, this is scary now. Please, for the love of God, land this hit. Thank you. All right, we get a lot of damage off on this thing at the very least, which is great. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage. You have to KO me now. I just go for Heat Crash. Yeah, we're going to see a CC here, so this thing is going to be back at neutral. I could just immediately scare this thing out. We just need the Golden Go weakened down, I think. I think that's all we need at this point. So I'm going to go into Undertaker, and then I might double here, because I think they're going to try to go into Golden Go. I don't think they're going to try to save Zapdos here. And if they do try to save Zapdos, then I just go back into Hawlucha and then scare it out again. So I think I'm going to predict the double here into Golden Go, and then go for a knockoff versus it. Thank God Gouging Fire actually landed the attack. That is good. That is great news for us. Again, it sucks that we got paralyzed twice in a row. This thing might be dead at this point if I manage to land that Heat Crash, but it is what it is. Again, I think they're going to try to save Zapdos here. I think they're going to try to save Zapdos because I do still have a Rillaboom. I do still have a Toxtricity. I don't think they're going to want to let Zapdos go down here. They might let Zapdos go down here, but I really don't think they do. It looks like they do, unless they doubled, which they could have doubled here. That's a very good point, actually. If they did double, they're going to switch out next turn. We set up a Grassy Surge, which is great. At the very least, we're going to set up our next thing. We do see the swap. We got that read right. Okay, so we could see Arcanine come in here. That would make sense. We're going to see Trickster the Mesprit come in here. Okay, so we always outspeed this thing. I just go for a knockoff here for free. I could also just click Woodhammer, actually. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to click Woodhammer here. I want to make sure that this thing dies. Okay, so Mesprit, the only Terra Captain here, is dead. Great to know. Mesprit is going to fall. If the Arcanine comes in and tries to set up, I'm going to click High Horsepower versus it because I can and I want to. We now know it's offensive, so High Horsepower, even after an Intimidate, should always KO that thing. We could see an Endure here. We're going to see Stella come in, which is going to be the Golden Go, actually, which is very interesting. So Golden Go. I think it literally just comes down to what berry do I think this has. I think what I do here, I'm predicting this to have the Colbur Berry for the knockoff. I think what I'm going to do here, I guess actually doesn't. Yes, it does matter. I need as much damage on this thing as possible. Knockoff and High Horsepower do the same thing. I don't think you're Shuka Berry here. I'm going to click High Horsepower. I think you are a Berry Resist item, but I will go for this attack because I think that is a smart play. We're just going to see a Flash Cannon. That is fine by me. I can now go into Hawlucha here and click Swords Dance for free, or I can even click Recover. Or actually, no, this might be in range low-key of an Acrobatics. Actually, low-key. Hold on. All right, so this is going to be a critical turn here. We have activated our Unburden. We are not holding an item. Acrobatics didn't change, which is annoying. Okay, so it didn't change, so it's going to be 25%. I don't think you go for Make It Rain here. I think you have to go for a Flash Cannon. Let's see, Shadow Ball is 65 to 77%. I'm in range of that. I think I click Swords Dance here. Yeah, I'm going to click Swords Dance here. I'm going to punish a Recover. We're actually going to see the swap. Wow, they predicted a swap. That's amazing for me. We're probably going to see the Arcanine come in. This is going to look like the Arcanine. Every single time here, I just click Acrobatics. That's phenomenal for me. I think we just win the game now. I literally think we just win the game. Holy crap. Extreme Speed does 35 to 41% without the boost, might I add. So this is massive for me. I just go for Acrobatics. We could also see Endure here, which would make sense. Oh, baby, this got interesting. This got very interesting here. I guess maybe I should have gone for the Swords Dance again, but I think this is the better play overall to make, because Flare Blitz won't even KO me at this range, so that's great for me. I could also be clicking CC here, and if they double into Golden Go, that's phenomenal for me. The Arcanine could come back in here. We are going to see the Endure here, so that does make sense. That is fine by me. I am at +1 defense. I'm going to click Acrobatics here. It's going to do a lot of damage. I'm just going to keep spamming Acrobatics at this point. There's no reason for me not to. What is this berry? Is this plus speed? This is attack. Lychee berry with the plus attack. Okay, so can an Extreme Speed KO me? No, it cannot. It cannot KO me, ever. So I go for the Acrobatics. Yeah, we're gonna see the Extreme Speed. We are +1 defense. Let's go, Lucha! Let's go, Lucha with the sweep! Let's go! Critical hit did not matter there, obviously. Arcanine's gonna go down here. Zapdos can't switch in. The Golden Go is what has to come in here, and we should always be able to KO the Golden Go at this point, even though we are at +1, even though we only have Acrobatics. Golden Go, if it comes in, I do 38 to 35% to it, I think here, and then if it manages to live, then that's fine. I just click Shift Gear and I click Terra Normal. Or actually, no, I don't even have a reason to click Terra Normal because I resist both the Steel type attacks. So I don't even need to Terra with Toxtricity. I think I just win the game. We're gonna see Stella come in, which is going to be the Golden Go. Golden Go might be able to KO me here. It very well might. I'm going to go for Acrobatics, though, on the off chance that it doesn't. Acrobatics, bada bing, bada boom. We do pick up the KO. Hawlucha wins the rest of this game for us without Toxtricity even. Well, I guess Toxtricity did technically hit the field, but let's go, Lucha! Lucha, sweet baby! We're starting off Luxury Ball strong this season. Let's go. We are doing very, very well. I needed this win. I think I definitely could have played this better. I played this very risky at certain points in this game, but I'm still very okay with how I played. I think this was a very fun team to go up against, and I definitely, there was a lot of scary threats here, a lot of scary setup potential too. So the fact that we had such an amazing, like, the thing with our Pokemon is, it didn't matter if my opponent set up, we just kept shipping everything down to the point where it was just like nuke after nuke after nuke. Espeon and Ursaluna just put in a crap ton of work in the early game, which was phenomenal for us. I think the miss with the Hammerods as well, I don't think mattered too heavily at this point. I don't think there was I guess it mattered for Rillaboom. It mattered a little bit for Rillaboom, but not too heavily, at least I don't think, in my opinion. So, but again, really well played to my opponent. GG's to a very well played game. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to check out my opponent's channel down in the description below. Also check out their side of the battle as well. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed these, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as always. Also consider checking out my Ko-fi page, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!